police are looking into the death of LGBTQ plus activist, fashion designer, and model Edwin Chiloba, whose body was discovered stuffed in a metal box on the side of the road in Kenya that has sparked national outrage. Now, shout out to CBS News for this story. The body of Edwin Chiloba was found on Wednesday on a road in Uasin Gishu County. I hope I said that correct. If I didn't, I apologize. In the west of the county. People say a motorcycle taxi operator reported seeing a box being dumped by a vehicle with no license plates. The rider reported the incident to police officers who were manning a nearby roadblock. Officers who opened the box found the decomposing body of a man who they described as wearing women's clothes. The deceased was identified as Chiloba, and his body was taken to the Moy Teaching and Referral Hospital to establish the cause of death. Police spokesperson Rizila Onyango said the motive was not you one better. It was a hate crime. Especially if you're dealing with killing gay people in Kenya. I mean, I don't know. And we were just talking, Robert and I were just talking about this whole thing about Madonna's being investigated along with her son David Banza in Malawi. Apparently they're saying, like, I guess she's not a good mother, this and the third. Now, what I did say to compare the conversation is that if y'all have seen, David Banner does walk around in dresses. I have seen him wear dresses and stuff. Do I think he's gay? I don't know. I'm not thinking about sexualizing no damn teenage boy. However, wearing dresses does not automatically mean that you're gay. There's sometimes, I think David Banner is a lot like Madonna in a lot of ways, even though she gave birth. Meaning, he likes to stir the pot and be controversial and be free. He's a free spirit. And I don't think, it's funny, like when black kids are out here being free spirits, I want to call them weird. Y'all said the same shit about Will and Jada's kids, Willow and Jaden. Calling them weird. Say what you want, but they being themselves. And I'd rather you be yourself than have to be some fake thing to satisfy a bunch of people that you don't know. So they said, we don't know for now why he was killed that way. Experts are handling the matter. Now, Chiloba was a known LGBTQ activist, fashion designer, and model, and had in the past been attacked and assaulted for his activism. His friend Dennis Nzoka tweeted on Wednesday. Now, in December, in an Instagram post, Chiloba says his efforts were about inclusion, and if I'm going to fight, then I have to be for what I have been marginalized for. I'm going to fight for all marginalized people. Now, LGBTQ people living in Kenya have also described discrimination and attacks in a country where sex between men is illegal. Now, Kenya is largely a conservative society, and the president has in the past said that gay rights are a non-issue in the East African country. Now, in an Instagram post, Kenyan LGBTQ rights organization, The Commission, mourned Chiloba, who was a fashion designer and model, as a loved and valued member of his community who used the platforms available for him to fight for what was right. Now, the group said the loathsome act was a major blow to the country's LGBTIQ community, and the callous way his body was discarded makes the situation all the more mortifying, adding that Chiloba's killing served as a reminder that queer bodies continue to be under attack all over the country. Now, rest in peace to Edwin. He was very vocal in who he was, and it's unfortunate that they're trying to make an example of him. But I will say this. I know it's easier for me to say it because I'm in the U.S. and they don't go, we do get, people do get hit and abused for being gay. However, I don't think it's the extreme of this. This reminds me similar to, like, in a way, Matthew Shepard, the way they discarded his body and he became like this big national symbol that we continuously talk about. And we need to do that same for our Black LGBT people. We need to hold them as symbols as well and not only hold the white ones. So there's someone who was not even South Africa. I was like in South Africa, Kenya, and was basically out here trying to make a difference for the LGBTQ community. And people need to realize it's like, you know what? There are people out here who are LGBTQ that don't have it as easy as some of us do in a lot of our liberal countries and cities and things. So my heart definitely goes out to Edwin and his friends and his family. And we definitely have to continue to fight this good fight. You know, since he, was taken, I hope that it doesn't scurry people from who are in Kenya or any part of Africa that is pretty much like they don't give a damn about gay bodies. Because I don't honestly think this could have been a sex setup, where I don't know if they got Grinder out there. I'm sure it's international in certain places, but this could have been a setup because I've heard stories about like when you go to certain countries that being gay is illegal. There are like the Grinder apps and stuff, and they set you out to be like, okay, let's meet. Because a friend of someone I met that I lived with briefly told me that there was a thing. I think he was in Egypt or something, and someone did that to him. That it was like he went on Grinder, he was going to meet up with someone, but there was a story that goes around where it's like the police or somebody, they extort you or they kill you. And so he got suspicious, and what they do is like they threaten to tell your parents. Your parents are going to outside, because in Muslim countries they're sort of like, you're no son of mine, and that and the third. But luckily with him, his parents were okay with him being gay, but he left the country and he was seeking asylum in America. So there's a lot of these things that goes on that I think people don't really look at or understand that goes on outside of, this American bubble. But we need to give attention to, our LGBTQ brothers and sisters, international LGBTQ brothers and sisters. Well, I was hoping that basically everybody who's watching the show could read it. But if you are someone who knows is struggling or in crisis, help is available. Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. So yeah, do that.